multiple times a week, we talk to charities and nonprofits from across Metro Detroit and around the state of Michigan about the great work that they're doing for a number of people in our communities all across the great state we live in. And joining us now is one of those charities from Drive. We're joined by Christina Berra, the nonprofit coordinator, as well as Eva Jarazszewski, the board member and treasurer for Drive on today's edition of the Megacast. Thank you both for being with us today.
Hi, thank you.
Good morning. Thank you.
Appreciate having you both on. So let's start with you, Christina. Tell us just a little bit about Drive, its background, and of course the mission and who you serve.
So Drive is a family foundation that was started in 2019 by Eva and her husband. They own an engineering company out in Romeo, and they realized that the need in our area is great for children specifically, and they wanted to see, what they could do with establishing a charity. So that was how that became. And we actually support right now around 150 children in a few local elementary schools in our area with weekend meals for children that are on the free and reduced lunch program within those schools. So it's children that receive food from school during the week, but not on the weekend. So we send them home with food on Fridays to cover them throughout the weekend. And then we also have a really large Christmas program that we're working on ramping up right now, actually. Last year, we supported about 225 kids in our area with that program.
More information can be found on driveforchildren.org. That's driveforchildren.org, serving children and adults age 0 to 22 within Southeast Michigan. Again, that's driveforchildren.org. And Eva, in terms of the programs and the resources that are available, take us into that a little bit and elaborate on what some of those different resources are and how families and individuals can tap into them.
Yes, absolutely. So our two main programs are our Elementary Eats food program and then our Christmas cheer program that Christina mentioned. The Elementary Eats program serves elementary age children in 3 separate schools at the moment. We have full intention of growing that as far as we can, but at the moment we have 1 Utica and 2 Romeo schools. So the way that parents can access that is if they're in the school districts that we're servicing, then they can sign up through their school. The children currently enrolled are in free and reduced programs during the week. And then weekly on Wednesdays, we pack food and deliver on Thursdays for them to take home on the weekends. There is a larger means of supporting those schools through Blessings in a Backpack. So our 3 schools are not by themselves. There's actually hundreds of schools enrolled. We just have the 3 that we directly support, both financially and by packing the food and delivering it. Yeah. As far as our Christmas program, that is actually open to just about anybody in our area and in the age range that we service. Well, we try to stay within the confines of our Elementary Eats families, and then we work with Macomb Charitable Foundation to support about 50 of their children, and then we have some direct contact requests that we support as well.
Yeah, partnership is so important for these different organizations to fulfill their mission and also just to kind of share some of these resources so that they're better able to fulfill all these different obligations that they have made and certainly the needs of their local communities. We're joined today by 2 individuals from Drive, a nonprofit in Southeast Michigan, whose mission is to create brighter futures for children 0 to 22 years old. We're joined by Christina Berra, the nonprofit coordinator, as well as Eva Jarazszewski, board member and treasurer for the organization. And Christina, going back to you, all these different programs, particularly in particular, require some physical resources to be able to be provided to these individuals. You mentioned the food that you're providing. Much like Blessings in a Backpack and in partnership, in some cases with Blessing in a Backpack, that's a lot of resources, and especially in today's economy, it can be really tough and cost a lot to bring that in. So in terms of the community, what can they best do to help support your organization, its resources, and its mission at this point in time?
So obviously, financial donations are a huge part of what we do. But if people are, more leery of donating financially, then we do accept food, non-perishable food items. We have a specific list and menu of food items on our website of items that we can accept because we do have a specific menu that we provide to the children. Also, things like Christmas wrapping supplies and bags and boxes and toys and winter gear. There are so many things that we give out during the Christmas period. I mean, we start giving things out in the beginning of November, but winter boots and winter coats are a huge thing that we are always in need of. Winter hats and gloves, scarves, literally any toys that people can think of. So even if you're like at Kroger or at Meijer or at wherever and you see things on sale, those are the greatest things to pick up for us because we will use every single piece that is donated to us. Hands down, we go through our inventory almost to nothing every year. So
And then, Eva, in terms of opportunities for people to join in on the different initiatives that are being undertaken by your organization, are there volunteer opportunities for people to join Drive and really help them out in reaching so many different children in Southeast Michigan?
Yes, absolutely, and in multiple ways. So as I mentioned, we pack weekly. So on Wednesdays, we have a group of volunteers that comes in and they rotate. They're not always the same personnel. And we pack the food and then our personnel delivers it the next day. So we're always looking for those people during the school year. But at Christmas time, more than ever, we're looking for people to come wrap. We're looking for people to help us shop, gather the gifts that we have at drop-off locations, arrange them by child, which is actually a very large task to make sure that children get A, what they need, B, what's on their wish list, and that within a family, children are getting comparable gifts so that the siblings can be all treated fairly. So we're always looking for people. Our main office is at 32 Empower Road in Bruce Township. So that's typically where we tend to have the volunteer opportunities. But at times we have fundraisers that are not in the office. So there's always those times as well.
More information can always be found at driveforchildren.org. That's driveforchildren.org. You can also call them 586-228-1900 extension 4447. 586-228-1900 extension 4447. And also go to their website, learn more information about a number of different ways that you can donate. Obviously, traditional donations are always accepted, but you can also help them through other organizations such as Facebook, Kroger, and Amazon Smile as well. DriveForChildren.org or go to ShareDetroit.org to learn about Drive, as well as over 300 other charities and nonprofits in the Metro Detroit area. Christina and Eva, before we let you go, any other information we should know at this time about your organization and the work that it does to support so many children from 0 to 22 in our local area?
So we encourage people to get involved. It's not always about financially donating to something. Being involved and being able to reach these children is really important to us. So if you have a family need or if you have a way of showing us where a need might be that we haven't tapped into yet, we're always looking for those people as well. So on our website, you'll see there's an opportunity to submit something that says we know of a need. And we're always reviewing those with our board and figuring out where the greatest need is and where we'd like to support.
Christina, anything else for us on your side?
No, I would just say definitely check out the website. We always have new opportunities that are coming up, and we are always looking to partner. If there's other organizations in the area that know of a need that we could help fill, we are definitely willing to do that. So
one more time, we'll give you their website, driveforchildren.org. You can also email them info@driveforchildren.org and call them 586-228-1900. And the extension on that number is 4447. Christina, Eva, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for your time.